Alrighty, welcome to the Link Together Health podcast. We have Oscar here, one of the co-founders of All In. Oscar, what's happening, man?
What's going on, Linc? How are you?
Really well, mate. Just as we were just discussing off air, just preparing for this little cyclone slash wind slash rain that potentially could hit Goldie.
Yeah, definitely preparing for that. Who knows? It could be really good. It could be really bad.
We might not have electricity very soon, so I'm glad we're doing this now rather than in a couple of days. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mate, talk to me about the weekend. Obviously, Brizzy HYROX. Talk me through it. How'd you go? What you love? You obviously
Yes.
absolutely sent it, which was awesome.
Yeah. So coming up to Brisbane HYROX, obviously, Dylan and I had plans to do double pro and go for a sub 60, but as some of you may have seen, like he went to hospital, and then I was had a line of injuries with my knees, and then my hand got infected, just silly stuff, and then I got really sick. So I decided to do just a fun mixed doubles with one of my friends, G. Absolutely smashed it. We got an hour and 7 and 13 seconds. She was so proud. Like it was so sick to see her smile on her face when we crossed that line. Like it was really good. It was really fun. But yeah, I think it was a good weekend, and I definitely got some big plans coming up for HYROX. So
And we'll definitely talk about that very shortly. Tell me about obviously, yeah, we talked about your knee injuries during your training prep. How are you feeling? How does that kind of little niggly injury play on your mind coming into something like this? Like, obviously, we go through periods of being positive and negative. Sometimes, when we're injured, we just feel flat. How do you handle those kind of things?
yeah, so obviously we do the Wednesday night intervals, and not being able to participate, it like sucks. Like seeing everyone like go hard and have fun, and you're there with like this knee injury, and you're like, well, shit. Like, I really want to get involved. So yeah, it's hard to like overcome that, I guess. But I guess it's also like you need to learn to rest and take care of your body. So when you do work hard, you get the right outcome and not have these little niggly injuries. But coming up to the weekend, like it definitely was on my mind. Like I was overthinking it a little bit, and it didn't affect me at all. They are a bit tight now afterwards, but yeah, it was definitely on my mind that is it going to affect my race? Am I going to hurt myself? Is it going to affect my time? But it didn't. So thank God for that.
Yeah, mate, like obviously I was there with the camera and stuff, and you and G literally sent it, which was awesome. And
Yeah.
yeah, for both of you to see how happy you both were finishing was really, really cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite aspect of racing High Rocks at the moment? Like, what are you really enjoying about it?
I don't know. Like it's well, for starters, that the tent at the start, the adrenaline that runs like you got that countdown, three, two, one, and everyone's like jumping around. Like it's just like I don't know. It's just insane. It's like a feeling I've never felt before. And then you go, and as soon as you take off, it's just like you're focused, and you just got adrenaline pumping through. So that means you go harder. You got everyone watching, so it's like let's be a bit of a show pony. Let's go hard. And now crossing that finish line as well. It's just like you just feel so proud. Like you've done an hour in the hurt locker. It is painful. It's not easy. So I don't know. I just the whole thing and just the feeling of completing a high rocks, and then obviously you can get faster and better at it. I just there's so much to it.
Yeah, I think that's why it's so popular because it is. It's like we've known half marathoners and marathoners who had been chasing PBs for years and years with those kind of endurance events. And because this, I feel as though it just breaks up. So for your typical runner, it's only about 10.5K with your rock zones as well, right? So
Yeah,
it brings that entry level to highly competitive but highly standardized racing, which means you can set goals to next race you improve by 5 minutes, next race you go up to pro division, next race you try to improve that by 5 minutes. Like it just makes sense from a progression point of view for people, and I think that's what's so addictive about it. It's just like, especially when you have a cool training crew like yourself, like the gym obviously you go to, a tour plus our run club plus your other run clubs that you're a part of, like everyone working together in different ways is just so empowering, I feel, and that's what everyone's just become so addicted to.
yeah, 100%. I think the community as well. Like Oh, it just makes it. For example, Ollie. Everyone knows Ollie. He's just built this community through More Fit, and we had what 80 people there this weekend. Everyone's wearing the same shirt. Everyone's getting around you, and like I don't. It just brings it up, and it actually having people there by your side improves your performance. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's great.
spoke to DJ about it. Obviously, you're co-founder at All In, and how do you handle? You obviously you love being hyped up, and you're an energizer bunny. That's just your character. That's just your personality. How do you handle and almost control that sense of you've got 15, 20 people on the sidelines cheering you on, telling you to go harder, where you know we can't always redline for that long of a
Yeah.
HYROX race. How do you personally control that?
Um. Yeah. So I'm well known for going a little too hard too early. Especially at the intervals on a Wednesday, I tend to go too hard, burn out, and flatline, and then go hard again. But I don't know with the Hyrox race, as I said, the adrenaline running through your body. I do go hard, and I guess I have noticed going onto that first lap out of the rock zone, I am a little bit gassed. But improving my running, I can pick it up and fix that. But yeah, I don't know. Everyone on the sideline pushing out it's hard to not go easy. Um, yeah, it just helps. I guess it's yeah.
Yeah, support crew would be massive. And that's like any sport where you have your support crew there, it's just that little extra 5-10% output that they allow you to kind of achieve. Like it's a really
Yeah.
cool thing. Talk me through, we've already touched on our Wednesday night run club with All In, but talk me
Yep.
through your training for HYROX. What do you enjoy most about it? Like, do you enjoy your strength sessions? Do you enjoy your conditioning sessions? Do you enjoy your running more? What's something that you've really leaned into recently that's ticking your feel good box?
Yeah. So obviously I'm at a Torah, which they're strong functional gym, and then I'm also at World Gym as well because I do like my free weights, and then I'm on a running program with you at Linked Together Health. Running, I've I used to be a sprinter, like not massively, but if I was running, I would be sprinting. And getting into that long distance kind of threshold, controlling my heart rate is all new to me. And you've definitely helped me with that. I'm so grateful for that. So that's very exciting. And I'm learning to not go so hard all the time and actually control my heart and be able to breathe and run longer and faster. So that's exciting. Also, the functional side of things. I've only been at a Torah for just a bit over a year now. And I joined up just because I wanted to try something new. And then obviously Ollie is massive into Hyrox and he's built this community. So I was like, I'm so competitive. So I was like, let's do it. Absolutely loved it. Did it my first one in Melbourne with DJ. And yeah, now that is just like, I'm like, let's go. I want to do more and more and more. So the functional side of working out is new. And then I also just love my free weights. Like I love just going around and throwing around a barbell. Sometimes you do get sick or you're a bit tired, but you still want to work out. So you just do something light.
Yeah, no, I love that, and that's like, and with our programming that we do as well, we essentially break it down to those three things, like your strength, your conditioning side, your functional, and then your running as well. Like, and
Yeah.
chatting to DJ, chatting to Pat, that running side of HYROX is where we can see those massive improvements. So I think finding the love for it by following a well-structured program and seeing benefits more efficiently and quicker, I think that's helping a lot of people actually buy into it a little bit more as well, rather than just going out for a standard 5 or 10K run 2 or 3 times a week. Having something actually different and challenging through those running styles actually is helping people get better times as well. We know that from a science point of view, but from a just being able to do it more often and enjoy it as well is really cool.
Yeah.
What's your favourite running style? Like, do you like your long slows? Do you like your intervals? Do you like your tempos? What are you leaning into at the moment?
So obviously I love my intervals. But at the moment I'm really liking my, 8 to 13K go hard,
Yep.
you know. that's, I don't know, I just enjoy it. You come off that run with such a high, and you're like, I gave it my all. This is my time. Fuck, I can improve on that, or I have improved on that.
Yeah.
Now let's work from that. But yeah, again, got to learn to control it. But I'm not doing that all the time. Like when I first started running, I was always going hard for,
Yeah.
when I started 5Ks, but now I can run like 15 and at 4:30s or something like that. So it's, yeah.
Yeah. And like everyone's running's just improving at a site that we're working with as well, which is really cool to see.
Oh, we've had so much positive feedback, especially from the Wednesday night intervals, like how people, it might not feel like you're getting fitter, but when it comes to race day and you need to pace yourself, people are like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know?
You see huge benefits, and it was so cool to have I received a few messages from guys who picked up like world qualifiers that have been running with us, and I was just like, it's like that's what fills my cup with energy, like just to see people.
Yeah.
It's not about results, but it's when people do achieve things that they might not have thought possible and they do it. It's just like, fuck, it's so cool that we had a little role in their journey of achieving that. And that's what the All In Run Club's been allowing us to do, is just that, we've touched base with probably close to 100 athletes over those 7 or 8 weeks. And to see all of them do an outstanding job on the weekend it just felt good. Like it was so cool to see. So cool to see.
I actually spoke to a few of the people who have never done a HYROX before. Some of the girls who have never done a HYROX before, and they've only just recently joined our run club. And for those, 5 or 6 sessions that they came, they found an improvement. And, they were like, it is working. And they were just so stoked to, get the time that they wanted, or just even complete the HYROX. And, them saying like, thank you. And like, I hope you keep doing it. It's so sick to see. Like, I don't know. It's cool.
It's awesome.
Makes me happy.
Yeah, 100%. And that's like, I've obviously been in the coaching industry for a little while now, and that's cool that you're starting to see that side of thing as well. Like you've helped facilitate this. You've taken on like essentially a coaching role as well to then see all this happen, which is really cool. Mate, talk to me. Obviously, Brizzy done. What's next for you in the hybrid scene, and what's next for you for the rest of the year? Are you training for anything? What are you doing?
Yeah, so obviously DJ did 2 races on the weekend. He did a solo and a mixed, and he got quicker than me on the mixed. And I was like, right, he's done 2 races and he beat me in the mixed. It's time for me to step it up. So I don't know, for people that follow me on Instagram, last night I put up a story saying that I am doing a pro solo HYROX in Sydney. That is my next goal. I'm going to be working hard towards that. That's a massive step up. For one, I've never done a solo, and to go to pro weights is huge. So obviously I've got Linc Together Health by my side for that, and Ollie as well, and Atora. So I'm going to be working pretty hard. And this morning I've also made and shook hands with Dylan Blackburn for a doubles that weekend as well, open men.
Oh,
so
boy.
two races, and he's quick. He's very quick. So it's time for me to step it up. But that's what's next on my list, and I'm going all in for it.
Mate, I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
With obviously all your training, your nutrition has to be pretty good. How do you fuel yourself to be able to do your training sessions? And also talk me through like your last week's race prep for your nutrition, and even just your race day.
Yeah, right. So obviously coming up into race weekend, pastas, rice, lots of carbs. A lot of people say like you don't need to carb load 4 days ahead, but I work a pretty intense job. Like I'm a landscaper by trade. So I'm always, pushing a wheelbarrow, carrying buckets, walking upstairs. I'm always on my feet. So I try and keep my energy levels as high as possible with that. I don't track my food. I've tried. I get a bit lazy with tracking my food, so I end up just eating, I don't portion my food either, so I just eat until I'm kind of full.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of carbs, lots of veggies, lots of meat. Brekkies, I'll have like oats, berries, honey, psyllium husk, which is full of fiber, allow my bowels to move, and um, yeah, I guess I try and eat very clean as well. I don't really eat much oils or fats. I snack here and there, but yeah, try and eat very, very clean.
Yeah.
But no, I don't follow a diet plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You just eat intuitively, which I talk about with my clients all the time. Which
yeah,
it takes a bit to get to where you are, but because you've been training for a while, it makes sense that you're able to do that at a pretty high standard as well, which is really cool. With race day on Sunday, did you change anything from what you normally ate? Did you up your calories or your carbs or your water intake? Talk me through that morning.
So no, I kind of kept everything the same. I instead of having a normal lunch like a big meal, I would normally so during the week I'd normally meal prep and have rice and chicken and veggies and have a big meal. But instead I had oats, my normal oats brekkie, because I didn't race till 3. At about 1 o'clock, I actually had another bowl of oats, just the same thing because I know I can digest it. I know I won't feel too heavy, and it's got carbs in it, so I know that I'll be able to release that.
Yeah.
And banana, and then right before I run, a few lollies.
Yeah, we love our lollies.
We love our lollies.
And that's like, it's cool to hear. That's DJ and you have both talked about that. DJ changed some things for his Saturday race and his guts were pretty upset with him.
Yeah,
And then on the Sunday, he just kept everything as normal, what he normally consumes during normal day to day. And I think that goes for something. Obviously, yes, a carb load's important for especially like triathlons, Ironmans, our longer kind of runs, HYROXs even. But as long as those carb loads are things that you've been consuming normally, you hit the nail on the head with you being able to digest things and you knowing how you digest things is so important. Even just from a mindset point of view, like there is nothing worse, and taking from experience, nothing worse than putting something into your body, going and stepping on the start line for a race or whatever it may be and feeling like shit. So for you
yeah,
just to be able to keep everything as consistent as possible, that's so much more important, I think, than messing around too much with changing absolutely everything. And that's it's cool for you to say that as well because I'm a big believer in it, 100%.
another thing as well. Like I've heard lots of mixed reviews about gels. I've heard people say you don't need a gel for a HYROX race, or yeah, I have a gel at halftime. Don't have a caffeinated gel because you'll shit your pants or something like that. I had half a gel with DJ in Melbourne. I think I think it did something. It wasn't caffeinated. I'm pretty sure it did something, but I'm also not sure. But one thing I did notice, it made my mouth really dry, and that next lap I had to stop for water, which I don't want to do. Like I want to just be able to go through. I know sometimes you're gonna have to, if you need it, you need it, right? But so for Brisbane, I didn't have a gel, and I don't think I needed it. So
Yeah, there you go.
solo might be different.
Yeah, yeah, well, that's it. Obviously, your solo time's probably going to be extended that 10, potentially 15 minutes. And that's funny, that little time frame. It's crazy what happens to the body in that extra 10 or 15 minutes of higher exertion as well. So, yeah, that would be really interesting. We might even trial you with some gels in like a little sim that you would do at a Tora like a month out from that to see how you kind of respond, I'd say.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Mate, obviously moving forward, you've created this amazing brand with DJ All In. Number one, the community is sensational from what we're doing on a Wednesday night. From your first apparel drop, everyone's got their apparel now. Delivery day, I saw my whole feed was just full of people getting their tops, which is really cool. What's next for All In, and where do you see that going?
Yeah, so DJ and I have two very different creative mindsets, and that's why we work so well together. I deal with more of the designing, creative, and social media side of things, whereas he does events and like the business side of things because he's so smart, and I'm not very knowledgeable in that. But upcoming, we've got I'm in the works of designing a new hoodie, which is going to be so sick. It'll be our first hoodie. Winter's coming up. People need to stay warm. So as soon as that arrives and I'm happy with it, 'cause I'm very picky with how my stuff, how the how the apparel is. Like I want it to be good quality and like I want it to be perfect. So
Mm.
yeah, there's a hoodie coming out. You guys will see that in the next coming weeks. Also, we have an event coming up. It's not finalised. I don't want to talk about it too much. I'm not sure if DJ spoke to you about it,
Mm.
but there is an event coming up, and I think you'll be involved with that as well, Link.
Yep.
So that's exciting, and yeah, just we want to continue to build a community full of hybrid athletes and even not athletes. We just want people to come along and have fun, and you know, it's about I guess going all in and giving it your best, and improving with whatever it is you want to improve.
Mm.
So we just want to be there to support people, and obviously, I like creating, I like fashion, I like creating stuff. So you know, I guess that's a cool part of it as well. Get to do it all in one.
It's awesome, man. And seeing obviously you two right from the start of you even starting to think about a brand, and then what it's slowly evolving into. It's really cool to see, and I
Yeah,
cannot wait. And I know all of us in that community can't wait to kind of see where you take it. Because yeah, it's got legs. It's going to be massive. And you guys just love what you do, which is so cool. And that goes for like Paddy and I with our coaching. Like we love what we do. You and DJ for your business, your creativity. Like it's just massive, and it's cool to be around. And we talk about this a lot, but it's cool to be around like-minded people who are all doing those kind of things, like who are going all in and whatever it might be in their life. But Gold Coast kind of has that vibe about it, and we're cool with our
yeah,
little community that we've created, which is
yeah.
everyone's doing the exact same.
It's also exciting to see what is to come because like can't see the future. So we get some people rock up to intervals, and I'm like, oh, he's here. That's cool, righto.
Literally.
So
Yeah, mate, the world is our absolute oyster. What's on for the rest of the day? Oscar, talk to me. Obviously, probably stuck at home.
yeah, well, I'm just looking outside now. It is just started pissing down. DJ's not home. I think he had a doctor's appointment, so hopefully he gets home safe. But yeah, I'll just be stuck inside, I guess, and
Yeah.
um, chill.
What do you?
Maybe,
What's your spare time look like? What do you do in your? Obviously, me and you are very similar. We train a lot. We work hard, and we probably don't get too much downtime. We probably have 2 days now of complete downtime with not much
yeah,
else happening. What does it look like for you? Talk me through a day in the life of Oscar on a Thursday and Friday when we're flooded in.
yeah, stuck in a cyclone.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't know. I'm not like I don't do that much stuff. Like I don't read. I don't have a console. I just I like creating content. I guess I'll go through my videos and see if I can make a cool video to put out. I've got a little $50 Game Boy that me and a few of the boys bought from the Surface Paradise markets on Main Beach.
Yeah. Shout
I've
out.
got Pokemon on there, so I might play Pokemon for a bit. Um, Obviously, I've got my dog, so I'll play with little Rocco. He's just asleep on the floor, so yeah, I think I might just relax and I might take this time as an opportunity to let the body fully recover from the weekend.
Yeah. Mate, I
Yeah, what
love
about
that.
yourself? What are you doing?
I've got, yeah, it's funny, like obviously working at, like I do all my work on a laptop essentially. So as long as I have electricity and Wi-Fi, I'll probably still just chip away at doing some things, always planning
Yeah.
for what's next. We've got some HYROX programming that Paddy, myself, and DJ are going to look after. So we've got that to essentially build out before Sydney. So I'm going to hopefully finish that. I've got plenty of time to do it, so we'll see. But mate, I actually love a movie, and I love
Yeah.
just switching off. So Jess and I think we've maybe watched 2 movies in the last 2 months. So I wouldn't mind trying to watch a few just to chill out. We're going to bunker down at my place, so I've got enough food and everything else for us to be self-sustained for the next 2 or 3
Hopefully,
days.
hopefully your roof doesn't blow off.
I know,
What
man.
what movie are we talking? What would be your go-to movie if you had to
Mate,
choose
I'm
one?
a, I'm a massive like superhero nerd. Like,
Yes, dude.
yeah, so all the
Marvel?
Literally, I could sit right now. I reckon if I didn't have any commitments the next 2 days, similar to what I kind of do have, I could probably watch every Marvel movie back to back to back, and I would love it. I'd cry, I'd laugh, I'd sit on the edge of my seat. I've seen them all 100 times, but I
Yeah.
reckon I could do it. Hey,
If you had to choose one Marvel movie, what would it be?
mate, I love Endgame. I think it's
Yes.
probably my favourite movie of all time. I think that scene with Cap has to be. It's like 10 years in the making, right? Like
Yeah.
10 years of storylines, movies, 22 movies, whatever it was, like all up to that one scene, and it's phenomenal. Like I don't know,
I actually, I
yeah,
remember being in the theater when
yeah,
it came out,
yeah,
and he picks up Thor's hammer. Everyone just stood up and just started clapping and
literally,
going, "Yes!"
and it was so
Uh,
good. Like I could read. I getting goosebumps thinking about that scene right now. Now, like it's yeah, one of my absolute favorites. What about you? You the same?
Endgame. Oh, Black Panther for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Even Spider Man. Any of the Spider Mans,
yeah,
especially the cartoon one, Into the Spideyverse.
yeah. There you go.
Mm.
Fun fact. That was actually the first movie that Jess and I watched together with us,
Really?
not together, not even like dating or anything. We just were watching a movie at a track meet one night after, yeah, running, and we just watched that together, which was really cute. So that always
Yeah, but
that's a
and
special.
now it, yeah, how cute. I love how we've gone from sports and dieting to
Yeah.
Marvel superheroes.
Yeah, that's mate. That's my life. Like,
Yeah.
if I wasn't good at sport, I would be the biggest Lego gaming superhero nerd. I've just always been fortunate to have that sport to balance me out. Hey,
Funny story. Before I got into all this fitness stuff, I used to just sit in my room and play video games, and I used to, compete in Call of Duty and stuff. Oh
yes.
man, I was a nerd.
Mate, I love that. Bring those days
Yeah,
back. I
they were fun.
Yeah, mate. We when I lived my first year at uni, first and second year at uni, I lived with a few boys. There was 6 of us in the house, all pretty good athletes. They were all very good footballers trying to make AFL. And we put two TV screens next to each other, and then we had a third in the other room. So we had dual screen Xbox Call of Duty, 6 of us playing all the time, and it was elite. Like there
Yeah,
was harassment, there were fights. It was full on, but it was
controllers thrown.
literally, man. Yeah, we had one housemate,
Uh,
Chundy, who was one of my favorite people of all time. He's from India, who's doing IT at uni. Man, he used to chuck the biggest tantrums, but it was hilarious. It was so good,
uh,
so good.
that
Bring us
was
back.
me. I would like FIFA, playing FIFA
Yeah,
with the boys. Mate, don't. I had to bring my own controller
yeah,
because
yeah.
I
Because if
would
you
just
broke one
throw
of
it.
theirs, yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, so
Uh,
good. Give us a quick little brief on your Instagram and the All In Instagram, where to find you, and yeah,
yeah, for sure. So obviously the brand is All In. Our Instagram is weareallin.co. Our website is in the bio, and then my Instagram, if you want to follow me, would be much appreciated. Bellsview underscore. I just create content, day in the lives. Nothing, nothing too exciting, but it's pretty fun. And I enjoy it. So yeah, and I'll be posting about the upcoming brand progress, and if you want to see any of our new garments and items coming out, and interval sessions and events, definitely go through and follow All In. And yeah, hopefully we can see you guys down at a track session or one of our gym sessions, whatever. It'd be sick to build the community, and everyone is welcome at any level. You don't have to be an athlete to come. Even if you just want to improve your running a little bit, come down. We'll help you. Linc will help you. He's so good at what he does. It is insane. Like without him, obviously this wouldn't be what it was. So um, yeah, I know he's very like tame about it all, but he plays a massive role. So big thanks to you.
mate. I appreciate the very kind words, and as always, absolutely love chatting to you. So you be safe over the next 2 or 3 days, and we'll touch base again soon.
Sounds good.
See you, mate.
Thanks, mate. See ya. Bye.